My girlfriend humiliated me at dinner because I work with my hands. So background first, Lena and I met through mutual friends, and things moved pretty fast. She's been living in my penthouse for the last 4 months. I own an interior design and construction company. Basically, I design custom spaces and my team builds them out. High-end residential stuff, some commercial projects. It's not glamorous in the traditional sense, but I built it from scratch and I'm proud of it. Lena works for a luxury fashion brand in their marketing department. Over the past couple months, she's gotten really tight with this new group of friends, Chloe and Ivy, both corporate types, plus their boyfriends who work in finance. They're always posting from rooftop bars, restaurant openings, that whole scene. Lately, Lena's been making these comments. Like when I'm reviewing blueprints at home, she'll say, "Still doing homework," with this little laugh. Or she'll mention how Chloe's boyfriend just got promoted to director, and he's only 29. Last week she asked me when I was planning to transition into something more strategic instead of just the hands-on stuff. 2 weeks ago, I came home with sawdust on my shirt from a site visit. She wrinkled her nose and said, "You know, most men your age are past the point of getting dirty for work." I told her I was checking the installation of custom millwork I designed, making sure my team executed it correctly. She just shrugged and said, "If you say so." Another time, she asked if I'd ever thought about getting an MBA. "Just to round out your profile," she said. When I pointed out that I already run a successful business, she got defensive. "I'm just trying to help you grow, Jerome. Don't you want to be taken seriously?" I brushed it off. Figured she was just stressed at work, or maybe insecure about something with her new friend group. I didn't realize she was building up to something. Last night, she insisted I come to dinner with her group. Fine dining place, then cocktails at the rooftop lounge after. I'm not really into that scene, but I went because she said it was important to her. From the moment we sat down, something felt off. Lena introduced me as Jerome. He does freelance design work. Not that I own the company. Not that we just finished a $400K residential project. Just freelance design. The conversation kept circling back to corporate life. Chloe's boyfriend was going on about his business class flight to Singapore. Ivy was talking about her promotion track. Every few minutes, someone would ask me a question that felt like a test. "So, Jerome, what's your 5-year plan? Do you see yourself scaling up, or is this more of a lifestyle business? Have you thought about bringing on investors, going bigger?" I answered honestly. "I like what I do. I'm good at it. I built something sustainable that doesn't require me to sacrifice my life to maintain it. I'm not trying to build some empire. I'm building quality work and a solid life." I could see Lena getting more uncomfortable with each answer. She kept jumping in to clarify things. "What Jerome means is," or "he's being modest, but." At one point, Ivy's boyfriend asked what my biggest project was. Before I could answer, Lena said, "Oh, he mostly does residential stuff. Houses, apartments, that kind of thing. Residential stuff, like it's quaint. Like I'm doing weekend renovations." I let it slide, didn't correct her. What was the point? Then the conversation shifted to relationships and lifestyle compatibility. Chloe said something about how important it is that a man can provide a certain standard. Ivy nodded, adding that she could never date someone who wasn't on her level professionally. I felt Lena go tense next to me. That's when she said it. She looked at me, then at her friends, and said, "I'm tired of having to explain that Jerome isn't just some carpenter measuring and cutting wood." The table went quiet. Then she added, voice dripping with frustration, "You're not refined enough to make me feel like a woman." She didn't say money, she didn't say sex, but everyone at that table knew exactly what she meant. She was saying I'm not sophisticated enough, not successful enough, not impressive enough for her friends to respect, and by extension for her to respect. I just sat there for a second. My hands were steady, but something in my chest just cooled down, like I could see the whole situation clearly for the first time. I smiled, not mean, just calm, and pulled out my wallet. I calculated exactly what my portion of the dinner cost, added tip, and put the cash on the table. Then I stood up and said, "A real man doesn't need anyone's permission to know his worth." I walked out, left her there with the check for all 6 people. She's been blowing up my phone since last night. 37 messages, 12 calls. She's saying I'm being dramatic, that I misunderstood, that she was just venting stress and I'm making it into something it wasn't. But here's the thing, I heard exactly what she said. And more importantly, I heard how she said it. In front of people. Designed to humiliate me. I don't know if I'm supposed to forgive this. I don't know if couples are supposed to work through this kind of thing. But I know that when I walked out of that restaurant, I didn't feel angry. I felt relieved. Am I wrong here? Should I have stayed and hashed it out? Or was leaving the right move? Edit. Holy hell, I didn't expect this many responses. To answer some common questions. Yes, she lives in my penthouse that I bought before we met. And no, she doesn't pay rent. Yes, my business is profitable. I'm not struggling. I just don't feel the need to broadcast it. The company is fully licensed, insured. I have a team of 8 people. Update 1. 4 days later, I wasn't planning to update this soon, but some things have happened and honestly, I could use the outside perspective again. So here's what's happened since I walked out of that restaurant. That first night, Lena came home around 1 a.m. I heard her come in, but I stayed in my office with the door closed. She knocked a few times, then I heard her crying in the bedroom. I didn't go to her. Part of me felt guilty about that. Most of me felt nothing. The next morning, I got up early and left before she woke up. I drove to one of my job sites and spent the day doing something I almost never do anymore: actual physical work. Helped my crew install custom shelving units. Got my hands dirty. It felt good. Lena texted me nonstop the entire day. I didn't read most of them, but I saw the previews. Jerome, please, can we talk? I'm so sorry, I don't know what came over me. You're being so childish right now. My friends feel terrible about how that went. Are you seriously going to throw away our relationship over this? That last one made me laugh. Throw away our relationship. Like I was the one who detonated things at that dinner table. I didn't respond to any of them. I came home late the second night, around 11 p.m. Lena was waiting up in the living room, laptop open. She looked exhausted. She started with, "We need to talk about this like adults." I poured myself water from the kitchen and leaned against the counter. I didn't sit down, didn't want this to be a long conversation. "Okay," I said, "talk." She launched into this whole thing about how she was under a lot of pressure at work, how Chloe and Ivy have been making her feel insecure about our relationship, how she didn't mean it the way it sounded. I just waited, let her talk herself out. When she finally stopped, I asked, "Do you know what you actually said to me?" She hesitated. I said some things I shouldn't have." "No, Lena, what did you say, specifically?" She couldn't look at me. "I said you weren't refined enough. To make you feel like a woman," I finished. "You said that in front of 6 people, people you wanted to impress, and you used me to do it." She started crying. "I was just trying to fit in with them, Jerome. They're all so successful and polished, and I felt like being with me made you look bad," I said. She didn't deny it. That told me everything. I slept in my office that night. The next day, I needed to clear my head, so I went to grab coffee at this place near my old university. Engineering campus coffee shop. Nowhere fancy. I used to go there all the time when I was studying architecture, and that's where I ran into Hannah. Hannah and I went to school together, both of us in technical programs, had worked together on a few group projects. She went into mechanical engineering, I went into design and construction. We lost touch after graduation, the way you do. She was sitting at a corner table with blueprints spread out, working on something. I almost didn't recognize her. She had her hair shorter now, was wearing work boots and a fleece jacket. She looked up, saw me, and her whole face lit up. "Jerome, is that you?" We ended up talking for 2 hours. She's doing HVAC system design for commercial buildings now, running her own consulting firm. We immediately fell into the old rhythm, talking about projects, materials, problem solving. At one point she said, "Man, I forgot how good it feels to talk to someone who actually gets this stuff. Most people glaze over when I start talking about ductwork and airflow." "Yeah," I said, thinking about Lena's reaction whenever I discussed joinery or finish work. "I know what you mean." Before we left, she asked if I wanted to grab lunch sometime. "Catch up properly," she said. Maybe talk about potential collaboration. I'm always looking for designers who understand how buildings actually work. I said yes without hesitating. We exchanged numbers. When I left that coffee shop, I felt lighter than I had in months. This morning, day 4, Lena tried a different approach. She made breakfast, pancakes, eggs, the whole thing, set it up nice on the dining table. I came out of my office, saw the setup, and felt tired, just tired. I want to fix this, she said. I talked to Chloe and Ivy. They both said they felt uncomfortable too, that the whole dinner got out of hand. Did they apologize to you? I asked. What? Did Chloe and Ivy apologize to you for making you feel like you needed to put me down to fit in? She looked confused. They didn't make me do anything, Jerome. Exactly, I said. I grabbed a protein bar and left for work. The thing I'm realizing is that respect is either there or it isn't. You can't logic your way into respecting someone you fundamentally look down on. Lena doesn't respect what I do. She might love the penthouse, the stability, the fact that I can support myself. But she doesn't respect the work itself. She sees it as something I should graduate from, not something I've mastered. Hannah, in that 2-hour conversation, asked more genuine questions about my work than Lena has in our entire relationship. She wanted to know about my design philosophy, my material choices, how I handle difficult clients. She treated what I do like it matters. That contrast hit me hard. I'm meeting Hannah for lunch tomorrow. Not a date, just 2 professionals who might work together. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to it. In a way, I haven't looked forward to anything in a while. Edit. Some of you are asking if Lena has anywhere else to go. Yes, she has her own apartment that she kept when she moved in with me. She's been subletting it. So she's not dependent on me for housing, if that's what people are worried about. A few people mentioned that I should document everything in case things get messy. I'm not sure it'll come to that, but I've started keeping records of the texts, calls, just in case. Update 2. 1 week later. Okay, so the situation has resolved itself in a way I definitely wasn't expecting. After that coffee shop meeting, Hannah and I started having lunch regularly. 2-3 times a week. We'd meet at different places, sometimes that same coffee shop, sometimes a sandwich place near one of my job sites, once at a brewery that's walking distance from her office. The conversations just flowed. We'd talk about work, but also books, travel, life philosophy. She has this way of being completely straightforward that I'd forgotten could exist. No games, no hidden meanings. We started discussing an actual collaboration. She's working on a mixed-use development downtown, retail on the ground floor, apartments above. The developer wanted someone to handle the interior common spaces. Hannah suggested me. Your portfolio is exactly what they need, she said. And I trust you. I know you'll design something that works with the mechanical systems instead of against them. That trust thing, it meant more than I expected it to. Last Thursday, we met at my workshop. I wanted to show her some of the materials I work with, some pieces my team had built. She walked around, asking questions, running her hands over the wood finishes. This is incredible work, she said, examining a custom cabinet we just completed. The joinery is perfect. You can't get this quality from factory stuff. I don't think I realized how much I'd been starving for that kind of recognition until I heard it. We grabbed dinner after, nothing fancy, just Thai food from a place nearby, talked for 3 hours. When I drove home that night, I felt like I'd woken up from something. Meanwhile, Lena had mostly stopped the constant texting, but every few days she'd try a different approach. I miss you. Can we please just talk face to face? I'm willing to go to couples therapy if that's what you want. I still wasn't responding. Not out of spite, I just didn't know what to say. Every time I tried to imagine having the talk with her, I just felt exhausted. Saturday morning, I came home from a workout to find Chloe's boyfriend in my building lobby. He looked uncomfortable as hell. "Hey man," he said, "can we talk for a second?" We sat in the lobby. He told me that the group had kind of imploded after that dinner. Apparently after I left, Lena tried to play it off like I was being dramatic, but nobody was buying it. Ivy's boyfriend had actually called her out, said what she did was messed up, and he'd be pissed if Ivy ever talked about him that way. "Lena's been kind of spiraling," he said. Chloe feels bad about the whole thing, we all do. I appreciated him coming by, but also, where was this energy during the dinner? When Lena was tearing me down, nobody said a word. Now that the friend group is uncomfortable, suddenly people have opinions. I thanked him for coming and told him I was handling things. Then yesterday happened. Hannah and I had plans to meet at my place in the afternoon. We were going to work on the proposal for the mixed-use development. Around 2 p.m. before Hannah arrived, my doorbell rang. Lena was standing there with a suitcase. She'd been crying, eyes red, makeup smeared. "I can't do this anymore," she said. "Jerome, please, I made a mistake. I know I hurt you. But we can fix this, we're good together." I stood in the doorway, didn't let her in yet. "Are we?" I asked. "Yes, before that dinner we were happy, I know we were, and I've learned from this. Chloe and Ivy, I'm done with them, they were toxic, I see that now." "Lena," I said quietly, "this isn't about Chloe and Ivy, this is about you, what you think of me, what you think of my work. I love what you do, I'm proud of you. You told a table full of people that I'm not refined enough to make you feel like a woman." She flinched. "I was drunk. I was trying to impress them. It wasn't real." "Yes, it was," I said. "That's exactly why it came out, because that's what you actually think." She was about to respond when the elevator dinged behind her. Hannah stepped out, laptop bag over her shoulder, tube of blueprints under her arm. She was wearing jeans and a work shirt, hair pulled back, safety boots on. She looked capable and confident and completely herself. She saw us, hesitated for half a second, then walked over. "Hey," she said to me, then nodded politely at Lena. "Am I interrupting? I can come back." "No," I said. "Come in." Lena looked between us, something clicking. "Who is this?" "This is Hannah," I said, stepping aside so Hannah could enter. "She's a mechanical engineer. We're working on a project together." Hannah walked past us into the apartment, comfortable and unhurried. Lena's face changed. "Working on a project, is that what we're calling it?" "We're literally working on a project," I said. "But Hannah is also someone who respects what I do, who values craftsmanship, who doesn't think manual work is something to apologize for." I could see Lena processing this, watching Hannah through the open door as she set up her laptop on the dining table like she belonged there. "You're replacing me," Lena said, voice shaking. "With her. With someone who," she gestured at Hannah's work clothes, the implication clear. I just shook my head. I was tired of arguing. "I need to get back to work," I said. "I think you should take your suitcase with you." "Jerome." "Lena, I tried to be someone you could respect, but I'm not going to change who I am or what I do to earn that respect." She stood there for another moment, then picked up her suitcase and walked toward the elevator. She turned back once. "You're making a mistake." "No," I said, "I don't think I am." The elevator doors closed. I went back inside. Hannah looked up from her laptop. "You okay?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, and I meant it. "Let's get to work." We spent the next 4 hours designing. At some point Hannah ordered pizza. We argued good-naturedly about load-bearing walls and aesthetic flow. She challenged my ideas, I challenged hers. We made something better together. Around 9 p.m. she started packing up her stuff. At the door she paused. "For what it's worth," she said, "that took guts, what you just did." "Thanks," I said, "and thanks for being here." "For this?" I gestured at the blueprints and drawings spread across my dining table. She smiled. "I like working with you, Jerome. You're good at what you do, really good." After she left, I sat in my apartment, my space, that I bought with money I earned doing work I'm proud of, and felt more at peace than I have in months. This morning, I changed the locks. Lena still had a key, and I don't want any surprise visits. I also texted her that she has until Friday to get any remaining stuff. After that, I'm donating it. Her response: "I hope she's worth it." The thing is, this isn't about Hannah. Not really. Hannah just reminded me that there are people in the world who value what I value, who don't see craftsmanship as something quaint or lesser than, who understand that building something with your hands is just as valuable as pushing paper in a corner office. Lena couldn't see that. Maybe she never will, but I'm done trying to make her. Edit. People are asking about the project with Hannah. Yes, it's a real project. No, we're not dating. We're professionals collaborating on work. If something develops beyond that, it'll be because we both want it to, not because I'm rebounding. Final update. 3 months later, I wasn't sure if I'd post again, but I've gotten DMs asking how things turned out. Here's where things stand. The mixed-use development with Hannah wrapped up last month. Our proposal wasn't just accepted, the developer brought us on for 2 additional properties. The interior spaces we designed got featured in a local architecture magazine. Hannah sent me the article with, "Not bad for people who work with their hands." Working with her has been incredible. She pushes me to think about mechanical function. I push her to consider how people experience spaces. We argue constantly, but it's productive. The kind that makes the work better. The collaboration led to something unexpected. My company is pivoting slightly. Instead of just high-end residential, we're moving into commercial mixed use. I hired 2 more people. Revenue is up 40% from last year. I'm building something bigger but on my terms. Hannah and I are together now. Officially. Has been for about 2 months. It happened naturally. More working dinners that turned into just dinners. One night we were reviewing drawings and she said, "Are we going to keep pretending this is just professional?" I laughed. Probably not. She's different from anyone I've dated. She shows up in work clothes straight from job sites. She'd rather grab tacos than hit rooftop bars. When I'm explaining complex design problems, she listens and offers real solutions. Last week we went to a networking event together. Someone asked me what I do, and before I could answer, Hannah jumped in. "Jerome owns a design and construction company," she said. "High-end residential and commercial work. He just got featured in Architecture Monthly for a mixed-use project we collaborated on. His craftsmanship is incredible." She said it with this natural pride in her voice. I squeezed her hand under the table. That's the difference. With Lena, I had to defend my worth. With Hannah, she just sees it. I ran into Lena about a month ago at a coffee shop. She looked tired. Still put together but worn down. "Jerome," she said, surprised. "Hey, Lena," awkward silence. Then, "How have you been?" "Good, really good actually. You?" "I left the fashion company, took a position at a startup." I nodded. "I heard about the development project. That's a big deal." "Yeah, it's been great." Pause. "Then I was wrong about what I said about you." "I know. I'm sorry." "I know that too." She nodded, accepting there wasn't more to say. "Take care of yourself, Jerome." I left before it could get complicated. Told Hannah later. She asked how I felt. "Nothing," I said. "Just nothing. She's just a part of my past now." Hannah and I are looking at a house together. Not moving in yet, taking it slow this time, but considering an investment property to renovate and flip. Her idea. She wants to design the mechanical systems, I'll handle interiors. A showcase for what we can do together. My company is thriving. My team is solid. I wake up excited about what I'm building. And I'm with someone who sees me clearly and likes what she sees. I'm good. Really, genuinely good. To everyone who commented, especially on that first post when I wasn't sure if I was overreacting, thank you. You helped me see what I couldn't see. You reminded me that I didn't need to defend my worth. A real man doesn't need anyone's permission to know his value. I'm living that now.